Happy Friday, everybody. Anthony Cosenza here with Casabella Realty Group. Hope you are all doing well. Some of you may have kids that are back in school already. Some of you may be trying to hang on to the rest of summer, but a lot going on as it pertains to life and, of course, the real estate market as well. And we're here to help you with the latter. Not so much the former. You're kind of on your own. We've got a little bit of info at the end there for some of the former stuff, but we are here for the latter, which is the real estate market and all the things going on there. And of course, you can get in contact with us, CasabellaRealtyGroup.com or CasabellaSocal@gmail.com. You can direct message any one of us, agents, brokers at Casabella, and we'll be happy to help you out with a lot of different things, whether you have questions, you need resources, you need referrals for industry professionals. You got to get some information. We want to be that go-to resource for you. If we don't have the answer with our accrued expertise, we'll find someone who will, and we will get you that information for sure, and or the referral that you need. But we want to be your partner and your informational resource going forward. So CasabellaRealtyGroup.com, CasabellaSocal@gmail.com. Of course, you can follow us on our Facebook page, Casabella Realty Group, and our Instagram page. We're on there and all kinds of other areas. So please check us out. Hit us up with a question, and we'll be happy to help you out. Now, as we usually do on these, we are going to talk a little bit about some market updates with an article or two. We have our own MLS homework that we have done, and we have gathered a lot of data in terms of inventory and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, we've got rates courtesy of one of our mortgage partners, and we've got some different facets for you as it goes with community partners and all that kind of stuff. So I will get to all of that here. We've got a lot to get to. So here you go. Let's get to the market information. All right. Now, this is an article that was passed kind of through the grapevine. It originally came from my brother-in-law. He and his brother, both of my brother-in-laws, Cody Moran and Rocky Moran, are great commercial real estate resources at Lee & Associates. So if you need some help there, we can make the connection on the commercial side of things. We do a couple of multi-unit stuff and whatnot with, we've done some of that as a brokerage, but if you're looking for an office lease or that sort of thing, we can definitely get you in touch with them and they will help you out. But this is an article from CNBC that was passed on. Now, important to note with this is nationally in terms of data and things going on here. This isn't so much Southern California or Orange County, but the headline still is a little jarring here. This was published yesterday as of the recording today on Friday. Yesterday, Thursday, August 18th, and the article title, Home Sales Fell Nearly 6% in July as Housing Market Slides into a Recession. Oh boy, that word recession. We've been wondering about this. We've been wondering about all of this. What do we do? How do we navigate it? All of it. Now, here's some key points you see here. Sales of previously owned homes fell nearly 6% in July as compared with June, month to month. According to a monthly report from the National Association of Realtors, note national, sales dropped about 20% from the same month a year ago. That's a big drop. And quote, in terms of economic impact, we are surely in a housing recession because builders are not building. And that is from Lawrence Yun, who is the chief economist for realtors. We've referenced him a number of times during our videos here, but a couple of other tidbits of information. Sales count declined to a seasonally adjusted annualized rate of 4.81 million units. Slowest sales pace since November of 2015, with the exception of a brief plunge at the beginning of the COVID pandemic. Sales dropped about 20% from the same month a year ago. We talked about that. We talked about Lawrence Yun's quote. The July sales figures are based on closings, so the contracts were likely signed in May and June. Mortgage rates spiked higher in June, with the average rate on the 30-year fixed loan crossing 6%. More on that in a minute. And then it settled back down to the high 5% range. So that's something to note here. And then home buyers are still contending with tight supply. Yes and no. I mean, Yes, the supply is not where it has been in terms of years ago, but if we're talking comparatively from beginning of this year alone to now, we are looking at, from January to this point right now in August, you're looking at 4 times the amount of supply on the housing market, at least in Orange County, per the numbers I'll show you here in a minute, as opposed to where things were in December of 21, January of 22. You're looking at still a significant increase in terms of overall amount of supply. Things are sitting a little bit longer, depending on where the market, which market you're looking at, how things are priced, the condition of the home. Gone are kind of the days just about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, where you can throw a house on the market, ask absolute top dollar, regardless of the condition of the home, whether it needed cosmetic repairs or what have you, because the supply was so low. Gone are the days where, you can throw a house on the market really in any kind of condition and get top dollar for it. Buyers are being a little more picky. That's kind of the thing here. Now, while demand is falling off due to weaker affordability, prices remain stubbornly high. And then you see here the median home price of a whole home sold in July was just over 400,000, an increase of 10.8% year over year. Obviously, median 400 plus thousand. That is, nationally speaking, definitely a lot higher in the Southern California and Orange County markets in terms of median home prices there. But still, what does this mean? I mean, really, we've been talking about this for a while. If you want to capitalize on your equity that you've accrued in your home, if you've been living in there for, really almost any amount of time, you can still do so. There are still homes being sold and people are getting the equity. It's very important to price your house correctly, using a professional, using a realtor, and using their expertise and their ability to find the data on your specific house in your community, in your neighborhood, to get the right numbers and really gauge things in terms of where the market has changed to in just a short few months here. But you can still capitalize quite a bit on equity you've accrued. On the other side of things, if you are a buyer, yes, rates are higher than they were and almost double where they were just about a year or so ago in terms of interest rates. Still, in the grand scheme of things, when we're talking about 5%, when we're talking about close to 6% or what have you as your rate, historically, that is still a low interest rate. So you can still get, we're talking, if you look beyond the past couple of years here, that is still a historically low interest rate or relatively low interest rate compared to the historically low ones from, the last year or so. That, and yes, prices are high, but you are seeing some that are sitting and are seeing price reductions and whatnot. So again, playing into what I just said about on the selling side of things, it's very important that you price your house correctly, realistically, and that it is priced to where the condition of the home, it's reflective of the condition of the home. On the flip side, as a buyer, you can be a little more picky. You can find the right home and maybe make some things work where you didn't think it was feasible a few months ago. And you need a professional to help you navigate through that, see what's out there, see what fits, see if there are some homes that have been sitting a little while, and maybe see if that works for you in terms of a possible price point and whatnot. But having an expert to help you navigate all of this is important. And I mean, you see here, there's a lot of conflicting information here as well. Sales price continued to climb, slower pace. You can see here, a look at active inventory. Trends show that home listings were nearly twice as likely to have had a price cut in July 22 as compared to 1 year ago. And that's from Danielle Hale, chief economist at realtor.com. Really important quote there. And that's why it's important to properly price your home if you're selling things, and you can still capitalize on quite a bit of equity. And, as you parlay that equity into a home that, again, there's some fluidity on the pricing side when you go to purchase. So it's all relative, and you need to lean on the expertise of folks that have seen a lot of different things in this market, experienced a lot of different things in this market, and can gauge where things are right now. But unfortunately, that icky word, recession, a housing recession. Again, nothing like what we experienced about a decade ago or anything like that. It's just a very fluid housing market right now, and that's really kind of the messaging at this point. And you can still, I don't like to put up an article that's a little bit doom and gloom per some folks' taste, but there are opportunities to be had on the buying side based on where prices are. Yes, high. Yes, a little higher on the mortgage rates than you've had in the past, but you also have a really good opportunity at getting a home, purchasing a home that maybe was out of reach 6 months ago. On the selling side, once again, the message, I guess, would be that you still have a lot of equity that you have accrued and you could capitalize on, even with some houses sitting on the market for a little while longer and all of that. It's just a matter of finding the right niches and the right grooves on both of those sides, and we can help you with that at Cospel Realty Group. But an interesting article at CNBC there, so definitely check that one out. Now, here is some information and data we have pulled from the MLS on the Orange County numbers here, and this is both purchase and rental, because we've been doing some more rental stuff here, and it is important to give you an idea as to where the rental market is as well. So we will start that for you here. This is, again, I'll full screen this one. Coming soon in Orange County, 114.87 of those August 20th through August 31st. Active over 4,000, 4,013, 373 since August 12th. Active under contract, that is a house that's under contract but still has contingencies in place. 300 of those since August 12th, but 1,083 overall. Pending contingencies no longer there. 1170, 167 since the 12th, and closed 466 since the 12th. So again, when you look at that active market, over 4,000, that was at about 1,100, 1,200 at the beginning of the year. So there's still, based on where we were earlier in the year and where we are now, a big jump. Now here's the rental market here. Coming soon, you can see there 58, 34 of them from that same period, the 20th through the 31st. Active only 1,700, 1,734, 294 since August 12th. Pending 201, 91 of those since the 12th. Closed 297, and that is since the 12th as well. So, you look at that and you go, well, 4,000 active homes on the Orange County listing side for purchase, and 1,700 active on the rental side in Orange County. There's a big disparity there, and I mentioned this, I think, the last couple of times, where the purchase market was 6 months ago, a year ago, all of that. That is essentially what we are seeing in the rental market. It is hyper competitive in the rental market. A lot of folks, just because of a lot of the moving parts and the fluidity of the purchase market and the real estate market in general, they're saying, I'm going to rent. Okay, yeah. Well, you better have optimum credit score. You better have some good funds in the bank. You better have, a good background in general, because it is hyper competitive. Those days where you were competing with 10 to 12 to 15 offers on a purchase a year ago or so, that is essentially what those are gone on the purchase side, but it is now on the rental side, where there are tons and tons of applications. Now, I'm not trying to dissuade anyone from renting. It is a good option for a lot of people, and it makes a lot of sense. We've recently secured some great leases for folks and have worked hard to do so. And so that just makes sense for some folks where they are in life and just what they are comfortable with at this point in time. But I just say that as a disclaimer, that it is hyper competitive on the rental market side. So be forewarned about that. And you can tell with the 1735, I think it said, on the active rental side in Orange County, and the over 4,000 in the listing side. You can see the big disparity there. But still, inventory in the grand scheme of things, I talked about the grand scheme of things of rates still being low. If you look at a macro perspective, if you're looking at a macro perspective in terms of inventory and what has been around in many, over the span of many years, still the inventory is pretty low right now on both sides of the market. All right. These are some rate information on the mortgage side. And I got to This is from Mary Van Dorn here, and Mary Van Dorn recently did a great job with one of our clients. We're going to try and get her on this program as well to get some information on rates and all of that. And you can see here, look, conforming purchase loan with 1 point, a 30-year fixed up to 600,000 or 647,200. You can see 4.99%, a 5.063 annual percentage rate. FHA purchase loan with 1 point, fixed up to 647,200, 4.625%. You can see that's up to 5.6. And then jumbo purchase loan, 30-year fixed from 647 all the way to 1.5. You see 4.75% of 4.806 APR. VA purchase loan, 4.625%. So that was as of last weekend. You can see that there. So again, still some low on the lower side of things, grand scheme of things, definitely higher than it was a year or so ago, but manageable for many folks in terms of getting into a home and getting into a home that now makes a little more sense. You had this grand idea of, I want to be in this neighborhood. I want to be in this size home. I want this kind of house. That was maybe not attainable 6 months ago, a year ago, what have you. And now that things have settled down a little bit, maybe that is attainable even with the slight increase in rates and whatnot. So that's something to think about. And of course, you can contact Mary Van Dorn. She did a great job for one of our clients. We had a really, really brief escrow, and we will talk about, I have a video of the property that we will end with here. And she really got through. It was a 2-week escrow, did it very quickly. Was able to, there are some different circumstances there, but had an appraisal waiver and all kinds of different things that helped us get through it and help our client be extremely satisfied with things. And she can be reached here. Her office number 480-428-8628. Her cell phone 949-275-8838. Email is maryv@vipmtginc.com. She does a lot of different things in a lot of different states. She is located in California, but does a lot of different areas and stuff. And this particular property was in the Inland Empire, did a great job for us. And we extremely communicative, did a great job for our client, and we can't thank her enough. So give her a call, shoot her an email. We appreciate the info she sends along and her treatment of our clients. Can't thank her enough for this last one here. Great stuff. We appreciate it. All right. Well, that's kind of a little bit of data and market update as we like to do. Let's highlight something in the community real quick, and then we'll show you a video and hop on out of here. So we like to usually highlight either, charity. Sometimes it's a, public sports league or, different things. And other times it's just a local restaurant. Either it's a small business, not necessarily a big boy chain or what have you, but just a cool place that we like to be customers of. And one recently, this place is kind of cool. It's in San Juan Capistrano. This place earlier this year hosted a fundraiser for our local San Juan Capistrano Little League, where you go in there, you buy a certain amount of food, and they give a cut of the proceeds directly to Little League, and it helps the league out, it helps the teams out, all that kind of stuff. Well, this restaurant, I just happened to eat there again, and every time I eat there, I admittedly I should eat there more often than I do, but I happened to get it, DoorDashed. I got it DoorDashed yesterday. And it's this restaurant called The Stand. First of all, love that orange and black color scheme. I'm a big Bengals fan, so I love that orange and black color scheme that they got on their logo here. But really, really cool place. You go in there, you order up at a counter, and you get a number and you sit down, but it is really awesome food. They do have like beers on tap. They have wine. They've got all kinds of like fancy sodas, regular sodas, all kinds of different stuff. And they have amazing burgers that are really, really good. I had an seared ahi burger last night that was awesome. And I had, for the first time in a really long time, I had a side of onion rings. amazing. And then they've also got really gourmet milkshakes. If that's your jam, they've got some really good milkshakes and other desserts there. So they've got kids meals, they've got adult beverages, they've got sandwiches, they've got salads, they've got awesome burgers. They've got all kinds of different stuff that suits the palates of a lot of different people. So you gotta like that. The stand in San Juan Capistrano, it's off of Del Obispo, and you go down Ortega and then you hit down Del Obispo, or you can get off at Camino Cap and then make Camino Capistrano and then make a ride on Del Obispo. It's on the corner there. It's in a center that has, I think it's a Marshall's in there, and it's got a JD Flannel's Donuts, another company that we've highlighted on here, but really cool place. I think they've got some other locations here. I should probably find out where the other locations here. Actually, let's check it out. We can click it. We can learn together about the locations here. Encino, yeah, that's the other location. I knew it wasn't nearby here. You've got Calabasas up there, Century City. So they are kind of more LA based, but they made their way down here. Woodland Hills, Northridge. So they've got a lot of stuff in LA, and they're making their way down to Orange County. You can see an Irvine location as well, Newport Beach location, North Hollywood. So they've got a lot. Rancho Santa Margarita. So they've got a lot. I was a little ignorant to that. I knew they had some others in other areas, but check that out. It's in San Juan. It's in Santa Margarita. It's in Irvine. It's in Newport. Go check out the stand, and then it's thestand.com is their restaurant, their website there. You can get it to go on DoorDash and all that kind of stuff. You can get stuff for pickup. You can dine in and hang out. Again, you can drink, whether it's shakes, adult beverages, soft drinks, whatever. You can do that, and you can eat some good food and hang out. Good stuff. The Stand, and go to thestand.com for locations, menus, all kinds of stuff. But I'm telling you, it's good stuff. If you want just a good burger, if you want, some a good salad and all kinds of stuff. I'm already getting hungry here, but go check them out. All right. We are going to get out of here. I'm going to let you see when we've got a few things in escrow right now and or closing. We've sewn up a couple of leases, and if you have been on our email blast, you would have seen some of the recent transactions that we've had. We've sewn up a few leases of late. We have one in escrow in San Juan Capistrano that should be closing in just a couple of weeks here off Aeropuerto. And then we literally today, it says in escrow, it literally closed today out in Corona. So yes, we do a lot of business in Orange County. Yes, we do a lot of stuff on the rental side and whatnot, but we also do stuff. We've done stuff in the Inland Empire. We've done stuff in San Diego County. We've done stuff in LA County. We kind of go all over the place and go the extra mile. And if we don't go to one of these areas outside of Southern California, then we have a great referral system in which we can get you in touch with another great agent from another brokerage. But we go the extra mile. We go a lot of different areas in Southern California. So this one is in Corona. It's in Big Bear Lane, the Great Trilogy community, a senior community, a 55 and over community, but it is awesome. It is got top-notch amenities and a lot of cool things going on there. It is in one of the best places in all of the Inland Empire. We can't be excited. We couldn't be more excited for our client, and we couldn't be happier with the service that Mary Van Dorn from VIP Mortgage provided our clients. So here is a video on Big Bear, and we will see you later. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back next week to give you more market updates and all kinds of different things. Thanks.